Good morning, 7:30 a.m., Monday, January 18th, and we are just starting. Trailhead was right up there. Just starting our trip down to Bright Angel Campground and Phantom Ranch on the South Kaibab Trail. The day is just dawning. Casey is already like a mile ahead of me, and we've only gone down one switchback. Let's see if I can catch up to him and see him. Sorry, it's so bumpy. There he is. There he is. Alright, I'm going to turn my phone off and try not to take any videos of anything until we get to the tip-off, because that is the farthest that we've ever been before, and we'll be going past that today. And then some. Happy hiking. In addition to the pretty scenery, I also followed Casey's footsteps. So he's way ahead of me. You can see the path down here, and then in a second I'm going to circle where Casey is. He did make it down much quicker than me. He was nice and patient and did wait for me a couple of times. So here is my perspective looking down at him at Black Bridge. And while I was looking up or looking down at him from up here, he was down there looking around and waiting for me. So we will catch up to each other in a little bit here.
Alright, made it down to here so far. Gonna wait for Jen in order to cross the bridge, but can't believe it took me this long to do this. But we're doing it.
After reaching Phantom Ranch, we stowed our things at our campsite and we continued to hike on. We felt like we had enough energy to. So we went up a little bit of the North Kaibab Trail and took in some of the great views from there. Like here's the North Rim, looking at it from down there and across the river. And after that beautiful hike, we just laid low, had an early dinner, and went to sleep pretty much as soon as it was dark out. Great, great exploration of Phantom Ranch. We are really glad that we got to finally get down here and explore it all. It's very, very beautiful, very, very peaceful. It's like a whole different world down here looking up at it. This is Casey's first time down here, my second time, but that first time of mine was like 20 something years ago. And for some reason, did not have a appreciation for it back then like I should have. This time around, though, I certainly got to enjoy it thoroughly and completely appreciate every step of this adventure. There's Phantom Ranch. And here's our campsite, number 14. And just to the edge of our campsite, we saw this little kid hanging out, hunkered down, a little close up of this little kid. And then the rest of his family or her family was nearby. And that's fun and cute. After checking these critters out, we are headed right now on over to Phantom Ranch to pick up our dinner. Because there's still COVID restrictions, we're not allowed to eat in the dining hall, but they're making these beautiful takeout to-go dinners for the guests that order them. and we couldn't have had a nicer area to sit and picnic and dine down here at Phantom Ranch. And the food was delicious, of course. All right, we are starting out our morning early, and we've got a big hike to get back up there to the top. So here we go. We're going to set out across Silver Bridge. I can't believe the mules go across this pretty scary, sketchy bridge action. We have a long hike ahead. I'll put together a little quick pics of videos of Casey partway up before I decided that the going was getting too rough and the visibility was getting too low, and I had to pack up the cameras for pretty much the last 2 hours or so of our hike out. But here's the start of it. and this is just past the 3 Mile Rest. And looking back into the canyon, you can start to see it is getting pretty ominous. So camera's pretty much going to go away now, and I'm going to start focusing on the hiking. It's getting cold. There's some snow starting to make it down here. So time to just concentrate and get to the top already. At the 1.5 now. Casey's probably up to the top. I haven't seen him in quite a while, although the visibility is not great. A little bit more hiking to go. 0.7 miles left. Here's Casey. I think maybe he's pointing back down at me. I don't know. Hey, guess where I am? I am almost back up to the top of the canyon. This is the view. It's been snowing for the last 3 miles or so. It's very lucky that I actually live here and I get to see it all the time, because from this view you would never know that there was a canyon down there. Oh, very cool trip. Casey and I got to cross off one of our bucket list items. We have now hiked to the bottom to Phantom Ranch, spent the night, had a steak dinner. I'm just a couple of switchbacks away from the top, saying goodbye to now for hiking in the Grand Canyon. It was a great 2 days, almost to the top. Here I go. Thanks for another great adventure, Grand Canyon.